What's going on, Beaches? Welcome to the Daily Swole podcast, episode 2650. It's Tuesday, August the Ocho, and of course, Anabolic August is still bumping and rocking out with its cock out. Mike writes, "What's up, Swole fam? After hearing Papa constantly talk about posting on this group, I decided I'd introduce myself. My name is Mike from Long Island, New York, former obese man with a plethora, good word, of health conditions over the years. Decided to get my shit together about 6 years ago and got myself addicted to the fitness lifestyle. I have lost over 100 pounds and I'm now training others, helping them reach their goals, and I love it. I discovered the Swolenormous YouTube channel about 10 months ago, which led me to the podcast, and I absolutely love the podcast. It's practically part of my religion at this point, where I feel weird when I don't listen to the Daily Swole. Since I started turning into the podcast, my entire views on nutrition and recovery has changed for the better, and I noticed this difference in my training because of it. Anyway, I can go on and on. Keep killing it out there and making those fucking gains." Round of applause for Mike. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. And I agree. The Daily Swole is religion for me, as are the 7 pillars. And I know for so many of you that are coming into the live stream right now. So congratulations, Mike. And all it takes is action. And what Mike has said, losing over 100 pounds and training and helping other people reach their goals as well, it starts with you. It starts with each and every single one of us. So as we discuss often, if there are people in your life that you wish took better care of their health, how can you encourage them to take better care of their health if you're not doing it for yourself? So lead by example, live by example, forge your identity in the identity of the 7 pillars and the sick fucking gains that you are making. So make those positive changes yourself. That way you are not a hypocrite. That way you are actually showing and demonstrating what is possible, because people in your circle are the most like you. They see themselves in you. You grew up together, you work together, they know you. It's not some fitness model on Instagram that's disconnected from their own personal reality. They are similar to you. They see themselves in you and you see yourselves in them. That's why it's important to surround yourself with the right people. But when they see you making those changes and not pushing it on them, but actually doing it and becoming that person that takes care of their health, and actually the results are there and it's evident and it's undeniable, that is how it spreads. That's how the virus spreads, and the swole virus. That's how the swole variant spreads. So lead by example. It starts with you. Make sure you are doing it. That way you can guide and lead. So instead of convincing other people to make these positive changes, instead of forcing or pushing or any of that sort, think of it as leading. Rather than pushing, pull along with you, but create that momentum, create that gravity to the fitness, to the swole lifestyle, to the 7 pillars by doing it yourself. Do it yourself. Make sure you are focusing on doing it yourself, because if you're not doing it, then you're not going to get anyone else along with you. So thank you so much for being here. Everyone, hit the thumbs up button. We are live. I see Elijah coming in. What's up, Bish? Paul, Andrew, Michael, Brennan. Brenda is here. What's up, Joe? Loretta, how are we doing? Logan, Holly, Barrett, Nick, Riley, Michelle. Super stoked to have you all here. Check out the live stream channels. Of course, we have the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And those of you that have left a review, thank you so much. If you haven't, make sure you leave a 5-star review on the podcast app that you bang your ear holes with. Even if you watch the live stream, make sure you leave us 5 stars on the podcast app of your choosing. And definitely Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you do so. And of course, we have some awesome specials going on over there at swolenormousx.com, as well as papaswolio.com. We got 20% off, I think, through tonight at midnight. It was my birthday yesterday, so I appreciate all the birthday wishes. Bringing in the new decade with some sick fucking gains. Had a beast of a leg workout. Going to be smashing some steel again today. Very excited about that. So thank you, everyone that has reached out. And of course, check all the links in the show notes below for all the details on joining the Swole fam and getting on the email list and so much more. All the details are in the description below. Now let's get into today's episode. It's Anabolic August. Let's fucking go. The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Yes, fat phobia causes incredible harm.
First of all, bitch, I'm a fat ass.
Our whiteness is part of the problem.
Ouch, my ribs.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole Normath.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, testing, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 26 hundo and 50 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustles, and your hoes? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you as powered is sponsored by Everson K2 Flexing on all you beaches. All you beaches. You're a beach, and you're a beach, and you're a beach, and you're a beach. All right, fam, thanks for being here. Welcome to the show. It is Anabolic August, as it has been for the past week, so I hope you're having a very anabolic August. That's a swole card today, giving it away. Just letting you know that it already is, but you all pretty much know. You got the hashtags down below. So we'll bust the nut open in just a moment. Drop in the comments, what are you smashing today? Hit the thumbs up button, and let's get into a great show. We have awesome Swole fan posts. We got email responses. We got a call. We'll take some calls. We'll take some questions. We will go balls deep, and we'll talk about those new releases that happened yesterday in the accountability meeting that's available for members in Swole TV. But we had some new releases. It was awesome, but we'll talk about that when we get into the tip. For now, drop in the comments down below. What are you smashing today, or what hath you smashed? And let's bust the nut open. Falcon, take it away. Foul. We got some gains. Gonna make some gains. Aw, we're making gains. Pow. Gotta make some gains. Hashtag Anabolic August for a chance to win today's Swole card. I love Anabolic August. It's just the month of Anabolic August. What a great month. What a great day to be alive. What a great day to make sick fucking gains. And if you're not making sick fucking gains, I got a soundboard for you.
How dare you?
It just doesn't make any sense. What are you doing with your life? What the fuck are you doing with your life? If you're not making gains, how dare you? How dare you not make gains? Come on, make some gains. What's up, Kat? How we doing? Finally made alive, kick ass. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
The little rascal has spirit.
I'm excited. All right, let's get into that tip. We got a couple announcements. Remember, swolenormousx.com to join the fam today. Let's get into it. Everyone, moisturize. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. So we release new content every single Monday during the accountability meeting. We had awesome Swole fan posts and Q&A and stuff. And that's available for members inside Swole TV. But we had two, especially epic drops. We have a brand new yoga class. We have well over 300 yoga and mobility classes. We have a brand new one for members, Express Yin for Spine number 3 with Alex. And look, the puppers. Look at the puppers in the picture. Aww. So brand new class, and this is fire. So if you love this one, we have two other ones. Obviously, Express Yin for Spine number 3 is not number 3 without number 1, number 2. So the great thing about all these additional classes to these series that we have, because we have so many fucking classes, we just stack on different specificities, and it's fantastic. So check out those other ones. We got a few of those. Express Yin for Spine. If you've never tried Yin Yoga, join the Swole fam. Check out the yoga studio. Yin Yoga is the tits. It's fantastic for getting deep into that connective tissue, especially to complement heavy strength training. And also, brand new merch drop. We got Swole Signal. That's available live on papaswolio.com. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that, yeah. Go to the fucking gym, yeah. Fantastic. I really wish it was a little bit bigger. I could zoom in, but you could check out the design. That's fire. So it's the Swole Batman, the Bat Swolio. Go to the fucking gym. Swole Signal, brand new merch drop. Code Daily Swole for 10% off. But also, until tonight, you can get 20% off store-wide. So you don't have to put in a code. It's automatically applied at checkout. So get 20% off everything, papaswolio.com, until midnight tonight, I believe it is. There's a countdown timer on the page. I'm pretty sure it's tonight. So yeah, check it out. Brand new design. And we have some epic merch coming. New drops for Halloween season. Of course, we have the pumpkin spice, and it's fuck your pumpkin spice season already, pretty much. But we have some epic new drops coming. I'm really excited about that. Yeah, Batman's jacked because it's me. It's me, Cerny. It's me. It's me. All right, first Swole fan post.
What's in the box?
Oh my God, Becky. Look at her post. Becky writes, "Hey fam, just joined 2 days ago. I've been stalking his swoliness for a year now and finally decided I don't know shit about the gym and losing weight, so I joined the fam. I took these pics a few days ago and I'm hoping in a few months I can post the same pics with some noticeable changes and growth. My hair clip says fuck off, and that's what I'm saying to anyone who tells me I'll never change." Goddamn right. Very nice. Love that. We got the hair clip and it says fuck off. Yeah, fuck off. I love it. I need that. I can use a hair clip that says fuck off. No doubt. Thank you for sharing, Becky, and we're holding you to it. All right. We want to see posts. We want to see posts in a few months. Look at this fucking picture. Awesome. Welcome to the fam. And we have one from Debbie. What in the fuck is that? That looks like Cousin It from the Addams Family. Debbie says, "Hey, Swole fam, I don't post very often, but I wanted to share a bit of success with y'all. After nearly 20 years, I'm finally below 170 pounds. Debbie! All of you have been a tremendous influence on me. Listening to the podcast as I work out and hearing your successes and setbacks have been more than helpful. And just for grins, here is our lazy pup. She was snoring when I took this." Look at that. What is that? What is that? What is that thing? All right, it's a cute pup. Aww. That's a lot of hair. It looks like a mop or something with teeth. Damn lazy puppers. Good for you, Debbie. Congratulations. Love to hit those milestones. All right, let's get a couple email responses. Now, I say this often, and I will continue to say it. If your inbox is loose and floppy, all right, if you get emails coming in and you don't even notice, you don't even feel it. You have no idea when you get new emails. You don't notice. Maybe you need some inbox rejuvenation. And I can do that with my knowledge cock. So get on the email list, go to makeemailswoleagain.com, and I will rejuvenate your inbox. I'll make it feel like 1993 again, and I'll make you feel like your first opening of an email. All right. It'll be like the first email you ever received. You'll be so excited, and it might be a little uncomfortable, but you'll get used to it and you will start to crave it. I promise you. Makeemailswoleagain.com. Get on the email list, get stretched out today with the knowledge cock. We have a couple responses from this one is from "These results are amazing." Andrew says, "Happy 40th Swole Day, Papa. May the gains be good, the food be great, and the company cherished. Boss level 40 time to tell Bowser to go to the fucking gym because Papa is coming." Yow. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it. Thank you. Another one from the email. I'm turning 40. Francine says, happy birthday. Have a huge charcoal grilled porterhouse steak with lots of mushrooms and onions. Make it a great day, Bookworm. Why, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I did have a big, delicious steak with butter all over it. And we had some raw cheese. No mushrooms and onions, but I appreciate the sentiments. It's a thought that counts. It's really the steak that counts, but, thank you. And Jonathan says, first off, happy birthday. Hope it was a good one. It was. I crushed a full body workout, some bomb-ass food for my nutrition, lots of eggs, smoked grass-fed beef, and some wild-caught herring. Lots of ISSA studying. That's a certification for those that don't know. Now I'm eating some watermelon, good man, and studying, waiting to get tired enough for bed. All right, respect. Respect. I had some watermelon. I ate half a watermelon yesterday. I got 2 absolutely exploding watermelons. Mama Swolio went and got me. She always asks in the back. She always goes to the guys and like, hey, do you have any big watermelons in the back? And they go back there and they're cold and they're just fucking huge. So I have 2. I have 2 massive watermelons on the floor. And I can't wait to absolutely fucking destroy them. I can't wait. All right. So if you, let's get into some knowledge. Well, it's always knowledge cock, but let's get into some more specific phallus. If you have any questions, you can drop it in the comments. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. We got a call. If you want to call into the show, go to askpapaswolio.com. You could do so anytime, unprompted, anytime. Askpapaswolio.com. Call in and leave us a message. We got one from Christina. Christina, you're on the sleaze.
Hey, Papa Swolio, real quick. I know you've mentioned this before, but what type of magnesium do you recommend? So my nutrition coach recommended I take a magnesium and potassium supplement, and I happened to find one on Amazon that is magnesium, potassium, aspartate. And now I'm reading that was bad. So give me your recommendations if you can. Once again, a magnesium, potassium supplement. Primarily, I think it was for digestion and for muscle recovery. Anyway, love your content. Thanks. Bye.
Well, thanks for the call. Magnesium is used in many, many body processes. Same with potassium. So you can look for it would be great for you to get a general electrolyte supplement. I personally I've used Element, LMNT, but I also more regularly use Redmond Relight. Relyte. I think they renamed it. So it's a sodium, potassium, and magnesium. But I also take a little extra magnesium glycinate. Now there's different types. It's just really what the magnesium molecule is bound to. And some might be more efficient in different manners. There's some that is said to cross the blood-brain barrier. I think it was magnesium threonate. There's magnesium malate. That is, some people think that works a little bit better for muscle spasms and recovery. I personally like glycinate for muscle recovery. If you're having issues with cramping, if you feel dehydrated, if it's like there's extra soreness, it can help tremendously with that. There's also magnesium oil spray if you're getting like muscle cramps and things like that. But certain things like eye twitching or muscle cramps is a telltale sign of magnesium, which is an electrolyte. There are a few different electrolytes, but you could take an electrolyte blend, but for some people, it might not be an ideal ratio. Some people might need, because it depends on your diet too. So some people might need more of certain things. And I feel good with a little bit extra magnesium glycinate. And I just get bulk and I weigh it out. It tastes like seafood. It tastes gross. It really does taste disgusting. But I don't want to take it in a pill. I don't want the extra gelatin or rice cellulose. Sometimes you can make your own pills, but sometimes when you get these supplements and you have them in pill or tablet, they put some other stabilizers or they mix it or they have a capsule on it. And I just like buying the bulk and I weigh it on a little micro scale and I'll take a few 100 milligrams now and again before bed, sometimes before or during or after a workout. And it helps me tremendously. So I just get it on Amazon. I get the bulk. I think it's bulk supplements or something like that. It's inexpensive. You get a bag of it and you could put it in a Tupperware. I recommend one of those. We have one of those. It's snaps shut. It's one of those Mason type jars. So we put it in there and I just kind of take a little scoop out, weigh it, take it. So I like the glycinate personally. And most of the supplements, Element and Relight, are based with magnesium glycinate, and they have some potassium in there too. So it's really about the ratio, and everyone's going to need a little bit different. All right. And I love glycinate before bed. I've tried magnesium threonate before bed. I didn't notice any real difference personally, but I like glycinate. I take that before bed. I feel fantastic. So that's really the only type that I take. Okay. Good. Fantastic. Let's see what we got here. Let's get a couple questions. If you have live questions, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. What's going on in the Daily Swole chat? What's up, Nate, Melissa, Bex? How we doing, Sandra, Alex? Okay. Christian Velasco Martinez. Papa Swolio, where can I get that kind of baseball stick you have in order to work your mobility? I have many, many different clubs and maces. If you're talking about the smaller black ones, they're steel clubs. The really lighter ones are made of some kind of plastic because you can't make them steel and make them that size that's usable. So I think 1 and 2 pound of those clubs are made of a plastic, and I think they start getting steel at 3 or 4 pounds, but you can get them on Amazon. Just type in steel club. Don't go heavy. Don't go heavy. Guys should not be going any higher than 5 pounds. That might even be too heavy for some people. Ladies, less. Ladies, 2 or 3 pounds. You're doing many reps. You're not doing like 5 repetitions. You're doing many, many reps, and you want to build your body up to it, and you want to expose your body to it and get consistent with it and build up those tendons and those smaller stabilizer muscles. You're not trying to throw your body into the deep end of the pool with that. All right, I promise you. Let's see. Tony Toner. Papa Swolio, I'm fucking loving the elimination diet. This week, I bought only organic chicken and grass-fed beef, all organic fruits as well. Which is better, ghee or organic butter? You're going to have to test and see what works best for you. You want to get grass-fed. You want to get butter from grass-fed and grass-finished cows as quality as you can. I personally, I think it's A2. It's from A2 cows, but we get raw butter. So ghee is clarified butter, so I'm fairly certain for people that have issues, if you have any issues still with raw butter or grass-fed butter, ghee can oftentimes not cause you a problem because it's clarified butter. So it eliminates more of the elements that might cause people reactions if you have allergies. Or remember, your body is built on all these antibodies and things from your childhood. So if you weren't exposed to certain things, you might have predispositions at this point that are harder to undo. So I would just see what works best for you. But you want to get the highest quality possible. Raw butter if you can. Same thing with raw cheese. Not all raw cheese is equivalent. You can definitely get raw cheese that isn't as good because raw isn't legally defined. So you can have cheese that's heated too high when they're making it. So you can check out, look on the back. Sometimes they'll say what the temperature is. Sometimes it's heated for 15 seconds at like 140, 150 degrees, but that kills a lot of the beneficial bacteria. So you really want, if you're getting truly raw cheese, it's going to be lower than like 110, 105 degrees. So that does make a difference. So if you have issues or digestion issues with a cheese that says it's raw, maybe it's not truly raw, and then you can look for a better quality. But it's great when you can find a source, and you can order these things online too. There are many companies that sell raw dairy. Sometimes it might say for cats and dogs if legally. There are certain companies that are able to sell in certain states. You're able to sell raw dairy, but if they ship over state lines, they have to label it for cats and dogs, and it's fucking stupid, right? But you can, and they'll ship anywhere. So as long as they label it for cats and dogs, it's not for human consumption, so you can order it. I mean, I don't know. They must think that I have like 75 dogs. But obviously it's a loophole. It's a legal loophole because it's dumb. So anyway, but you can get raw butter and things like that. So check it out. Check it out. Check it out, man. Check it out, man. So I get the raw dairy and I make my own kefir. You could buy kefir, but I like to make it myself. And plus, when you make these things yourself, you can customize how you like it. You can let it ferment a little bit longer, a little bit less. You can really figure out what you like best. Okay, let's see. Tristan DBS. All right. Papa Swolio, is creatine good? Yes, it is. I like creatine. You don't need to load it or anything like that. You could take 5 to 10 grams a day, depending on your lean mass and body weight, but you don't need to load creatine. It's fantastic. It's found in steak. It's found in these things, but your body can definitely use the supplementation. You're not going to get like 5 grams of creatine when you're eating steak, for example. That'd be a lot of fucking steak. It'd be more than you ever be able to eat. So yeah, you don't need to load. You don't need to take any fancy kinds, but yeah, creatine's a great supplement. It's been studied for decades. It's not a steroid. It's great. You'll be fine with it. Bookworm Addict, almond milk versus raw milk. What is your opinion? Not even the same ballpark. I would avoid almond milk like the plague. Ultra processed, inflammatory, lots of stabilizers and additives. It tastes like shit if you're not adding tons of sugar and flavorings to it. So not even close. Raw milk is God's food. It's raw milk is amazing. Raw dairy is amazing. Not even close. Raw milk is real food. Almond milk is fake ultra processed trash. And that's my opinion. He just happens to be correct too. All right. Alan in the Telegram chat says, getting smoked by the first mass week in swole season. It's amazing how small changes in volume or rotating in different exercises will mess with you. After a few weeks, your body really becomes more efficient at exercises, even when you progress with increased weight. Absolute truth. Anytime you are adding new exercises to the mix, it doesn't even have to be dramatically different. You're going from a dumbbell press to a machine press or vice versa, or barbell press to a Smith machine. It's still a new shock. It's a new stress. There's different demands on your body. It's so different. So you're able to probably the better idea is to back off on volume for new exercises or for your workout with new exercises, because you're not going to need as much because you're getting a lot of stimulus. As long as you're training hard, you're not going to need as much volume because the shock of a new exercise makes all the difference. And I have several ways to do, for example, chest exercises here, because I have a flat press, I have a decline machine, I have a flat machine, decline machine, incline machine. I have a flat vertical, like selectorized with a weight stack machine. I have a Smith machine. I have barbells. I have dumbbells. So even just like subtle adjustments in the style make all the difference. It doesn't have to be something dramatic. You don't have to go from doing free weights to 1,000,000 push-ups to create a shock. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. And most of you know this. If you are doing barbell work for a long time, then you go to dumbbells, it's challenging and it'll hit you in a different way just because your body is the strength profile, your arms will converge a little bit more. There's just a different stress on the body. Subtle but legit. Aaron, question, how do folks feel about using pure olive oil? Butter made me feel clogged up one day, but using olive oil on pretty much any and everything I cook and has been a game changer. I don't use olive oil. A lot of times that could be rancid. You have to be very careful with what you're using. Butter is superior in my opinion and experience, but it depends on what kind of butter you have. Don't forget saturated fats versus monounsaturated and olive oil. Some people might disagree, but raw butter is just more nutrient dense. And I wouldn't personally cook with it because it burns easily. But a lot of olive oil is rancid in stores. You have to get a very, very high quality. I'm not saying it's bad and you should avoid it completely, but I don't prefer it. I don't prefer it. If you're cooking, I would recommend getting grass-fed beef tallow. Beef tallow is great to cook in. Fantastic to cook in. Just my experience. So I'm not going to sit here and recommend. I've gone through periods where I've tried in the past, like tons of olive oil. I didn't feel good with it. And also going from one to the other suddenly, people will gauge and judge everything that they feel right away. Like, oh, I felt a little bit, from eating it. You went from olive oil to all of a sudden butter, it's a dramatic change in your nutrition. So just like, think about what we just talked about. We just talked about with fitness, subtly changing, even not even the same body part, changing how you're doing the exercise from a dumbbell to a barbell to a Smith machine to a plate loaded machine, whatever. That's a massive difference, and you'll feel the stress and you'll change. Imagine going, and then people think that they can just dramatically change their nutrition overnight and not feel the same thing. It can make you feel like fucking shit. You go from out of nowhere to all of a sudden eating tons of saturated fats. You might have diarrhea. You might have a little stomach because your gut biome has been cultivated to expect and based off what you're consuming. So if you're eating a lot of garbage foods, your gut biome, your bacteria, everything that's been cultivating your gut is used to getting those vegetable oils and stuff like that. That's why people tend to normalize, and then they're not necessarily going to have diarrhea all the time. So they feel normal. They feel like they're fine with it. They feel like they're not inflamed because your body is doing as much as it can to try to adapt to whatever you're giving it. Your body is just adapting. It's going to adapt and try to live and survive as well as it can. You're just making it harder. So it's going to adapt and find a new set, like not a set point per se, but like it's going to find a new balance point with the gut biome, with whatever you're eating. You just get used to feeling like shit. You just get used to battling this chronic inflammation, having leaky gut. So you just get used to that feeling. You get used to that macrobiome that you've been cultivating. So just keep that in mind. If you just go all of a sudden to like a different food source, we are not evolved to go to different food sources. We're not evolved to eat everything under the sun. So if you go from, just think, humans, and I'm not saying you can't, but think about how we've evolved. In a location, we didn't have planes. We couldn't ship things from around the world. You grew up in that area, and what you ate, your mother's breast milk, what you ate in that area. If you were by the ocean, you were eating fish. You were eating, I don't know, coconuts if you're in the tropics. So you were eating, and from a baby, from the antibodies, from your mother, from your surroundings, you are cultivating that gut biome with those specific foods since you were born. So it's a slower process. So if you did travel, right? Think of how gradual that would be. You would bring food along with you, and then you'd be eating things along the way. So as your environment changed, your diet would slowly change as you trudged along the Oregon Trail or something like that. Just for example. But now we're eating this, we're eating that, we're eating this, we're eating that. So you have these bacteria. They don't populate overnight. It's a growth. It's like a garden. So think about when you plant seeds in your backyard or you plant trees. It takes a long time, even when you plant them, for them to catch and to start to grow, right? The plant's in shock because it just got placed in the soil. You need fertilizer, it needs rain, and then the roots start to take, it takes root and it really digs in, and then it starts to grow. So it doesn't grow, you don't plant the tree and then all of a sudden, boom, it explodes. It takes a while. It has to cycle through and it has to get acclimated. So the same thing with, imagine if you take an antibiotic or you change things and you fucking mow the garden down. It's going to take months and years for it to regrow. So it takes time. I'm not saying it takes exactly years or months, it takes a long time though. So when you go from one food to dramatically another source of fat, it's a shock to your body. So don't be surprised if you never have any butter and all of a sudden you ate a stick of butter today that you're on the toilet shitting your brains out. Like, that's not like, oh my God, butter's bad. It's your body's never had it or never had it in that quantity or whatever. Or the butter wasn't quality and this, that, and the other, right? Just saying, keep that in mind. It's not like, I feel like having this because I read a blog, and then your body, your bacteria they don't know what you're doing. They're just reacting. I'm mixed, whatever. How can I work out at home? By training at home, push-ups, yoga, buying equipment, dumbbells. Jesus Christ. Steffi J. King. The reason why I'm answering some of these questions, because sometimes they're good questions, but people just need that slap across the tits. How to keep a healthy nutrition on weekends. This is probably the stupidest question. I'm not giving an inch to this. Oh, well, people have different habits. How to keep a healthy nutrition on the weekends? By putting the fucking right things in your face. What is changing? Oh my God, the calendar says Saturday. I stuff my face with garbage. That's some knowledge cock. You might not like it. You don't have to like it. You're getting it anyway. How to keep a healthy nutrition on the weekends. How do you think? No, seriously, how do you think? Tell me. Papa Swolio, how do I put the right things in my face on the weekends? By putting the right things in your face. Seriously, what the fuck? That's retarded. Just saying, that's retarded. All right, Durson, 6'2". Thank you for the question, but that's a retarded question. And it's okay. It's okay to ask retarded questions. What keeps you going with the fitness routine? Logic, common sense, feeling fucking amazing, consistency, discipline. What keeps me going? Like me, or what keeps anyone going? Having some purpose, doing things for the right reasons. Jacob Jams 111. Did you play sports in high school? I played baseball. I played a lot of sports like through middle school. I played. Was that in high school? And also like in middle school, I played soccer, basketball, lacrosse. I've done a lot of those things in my life, but then I stuck with baseball. All right, let's see. Jogan, love Papa's answers. Thank you. I appreciate it. Look, and anyone that's listening, if you're asking me a question and I answer in that way, like, oh my God, I hurt my feelings. No, I don't hate you. But if it's a stupid fucking question, it's like that. The customer's always right. Wow, that's the most incorrect thing ever. I hate that. The customer's always right. It's probably the opposite. The customer is sometimes right. It's probably 80-20. It's probably that. The question, you ever hear people say there's no bad questions? If someone says there's no bad questions or there's no stupid questions, they're either stupid themselves or they've never answered enough questions. Anyone that says that, there are no stupid questions. That's fucking bullshit. 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 There are no stupid questions if you have like a 4-year-old. And like, Daddy, what's that? It's like, because they don't fucking know. But if you're, I don't know, if you're old enough to be on a phone and like writing language, like, come on, man. There are so many bad questions out there. They're atrocious questions. Daniel, are you still on the Arnold split, Papa? I haven't done the Arnold split in like fucking 20 years. What, training twice a day, doing chest and back 3 days a week on tons of sauce? I haven't done. I think I've tried the Arnold split once, like 20 years ago or something. It's impossible unless you're taking tons of juice or I don't know. I don't even think Arnold did the Arnold split for the most part. It's inconceivable overload. All right. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good with questions. Anyone else? Questions? All right. Time to go balls deep. Fuck yeah, fam. We like it. That's deep. So we're through the questions. Sometimes if we have one at the buzzer, they trickle in. Sometimes people ask and then it doesn't come through. Oh, I just saw this question from Beck. See what I mean? We got one more. I saw this from Bex in the chat. If my ultimate goal is to build muscle and burn fat, well, everyone's goal is that. Should I or should I not use creatine? You can use creatine. I'm not currently using it, but I've looked into it. Yeah, you can use it. Creatine is not going to make or break your fat. It's not like you take creatine, all of a sudden you're going to be shredded. It doesn't work like that. Just help the muscles recover more intra-workout. It's great for higher intensity training. If anything, you just start with 2 or 3 grams a day, like take it early in the morning before your workout or something like that. You don't have to load or anything like that and see how you feel. Adam says, I do the Ronnie Coleman split and now I'm in a wheelchair recovering from bypass. Yeah. Look, Ronnie's one of the GOATs, but man, it's hard to see him in a fucking wheelchair, bro. It's hard. Michael Kano, what's your take on honey? I like raw honey. I would recommend everyone take a local raw honey. And the local is very important, that the bees that are getting this honey are local and pollinating in your vicinity. It's really great for people that have allergies, and it's just great if you have local raw honey is ideal. You can have raw honey from other places, but it's going to benefit you more if it's local. And you want to make sure it's low glyphosate or organic. And, sometimes bees are going different areas, but you don't want these plants getting sprayed and blah, blah, blah. So a great way to do that is local farmers markets, because a lot of times it's local farmers and local people that come to that one area physically. So if you're getting stuff online or going to Amazon getting raw honey, who knows where it's coming from. So local raw honey is great. I would recommend it. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, I love when the names are gross. We got a couple. One's ew. A couple of these. We have 4 videos, so a couple of these are short. Let's start off with hot people. I'm gonna take 2. Everyone, pick a number 1 or 2. I'm gonna go. We have 1. We have.
What's in the box?
All right, this one's called Hot People. Hot people.
This is your daily reminder that hot people do not go on diets for the summer. Hot people are working on unlearning fat phobia and being anti-racist. Stop cutting out your food groups, Diane.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
No.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Speaking of retarded, we have if you looked up retarded in the definition, you'd probably be like, stop cutting out food groups, Diane. Okay, well, let's skip that one. That's enough. Yeah, I do like it. Does save. It does save my breath. I will say, I do like it, bro. You're making my job easy. I don't even have to say anything. I just play the video. Exhibit A. Okay, let's move on. This one's called. We're doing the other short ones, and people are picking the numbers in the chat. Number 1, number 2. I'm doing the first 2 because they're short, and then we're going to raffle one off. We might have to do the transphobic one last. And, of course, at the end of the show, after we give away the Swole card, we're going to do a throwback. Spiritual and overweight. Is anyone eating right now? Is anyone eating, or do you have sensitive eyes? Anyone have, like, seizures or epilepsy? Any issues with that? If this doesn't shock you in and or out of consciousness, I don't know what will. So just be mindful. Should we proceed? Should we do it?
What's in the box?
What do you think? I'm not joking. I'm seriously not joking. I'm warning you. Logan says I'm eating right now. Fuck, do not do me dirty. I've been warning. I'm just warning you. If you're eating, okay. I warned you.
Yes, I am spiritual and overweight. My fatness is so deeply, reverently spiritual to me. It is one of my favorite things about my spirit. One of my favorite things about my spirit is how fat I am.
Oh, damn! That's a huge bitch!
There she blows. Okie dokie. I got you, fam.
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Whoo. Okie dokie.
Are there any women here today?
All right, let's go with the goat. We need a goat here. Cerny, save us. Cerny says number 1. Let's go Cerny number 1. Cerny. Lock it down. Cerny says number one. I think we need to, Number one. Cerny says number one. This one's called Double Chin, as opposed to what we already saw. Ikadeke.
I started feeling really insecure because I noticed that I had a double chin. And I haven't had one in a while, and it kind of took me aback, and it kind of triggered me into my old disordered eating mindset. Because back when I was struggling, I would check my double chin to see if I was being good or bad. And like now that I'm thinking about it, I would actually be quite obsessive about it. I would look in the mirror and make sure that it wasn't there. And now it is, and I'm trying to combat that internalized fat phobia and this internal self-sabotage and hatred to just explore why it bothered me. I think our whole lives were told.
Why it bother you? Because you have fat under your fucking chin. It looks like you're, I mean, if you scrunch your neck, you're gonna, whatever.
It's like,
you know what? I'm gonna pause, and I'm just gonna say, like, yeah, as you get older, okay, and like skin starts to hang, but at the same time, anyone that always complains about this stuff in these videos, just saying, I'm just saying, I don't know her personal habits. I don't know if she's gonna say anything about that, but I don't think there's any magical or like shocking correlate. Like these people don't lift. Anyone that's complaining about fat phobia, where are the people that look like they lift? Have we ever seen a video where someone's complaining about this shit that actually looks like they lift? Like lift weights, you know, that eats healthy and lifts weights. I'm not talking about the mental disorders. I'm just saying, where are the people that say this stuff that look like they fucking lift? So maybe that would help. She's not old enough to like have that, but like she doesn't look like she has any muscle tone. Maybe lifting weights and eating some steak. Just saying. Okay, I guess we can listen to her. I don't want to play therapist today. Jesus Christ. This is what people do when they don't get therapy. They just talk to TikTok.
This fat is good, but this fat is bad. So like this fat, good, but this fat,
yeah,
bad.
She doesn't lift.
I'm a model, and even as a curvy model, there is a hierarchy where it's like...
Wait, what? What'd you say? What'd you say? Did you say you're a model? No.
Fat, bad. I'm a model, and even as a curvy model, there is a hierarchy where...
I'm a model. I'm a model, you know what I mean, because I never go to the fucking gym. I don't train. I don't go to the gym. Can you? Okay. You're a curvy model, so you're... All right. The term model is very loose these days. A curvy model. Right. So you obviously don't lift. So you're a curvy model. So what do you There you go. There you go. So now that you're a curvy model, you can't actually take care of yourself because then you won't be curvy anymore, right? Your identity is forged around being curvy. So you're a curvy model. So now you have to stay fat. So you're going to complain about your chin fat, but I'm a curvy model. So just keep on working on that internalized fat phobia. Keep us posted. I'm sure you will.
It's like, you can be curvy, but your stomach has to be flat and your hips have to be wide. And even if you're a size 20, you need to not have that double chin. It's also rooted in fat phobia and keeping us feeling like we're never good enough, no matter what. And keeping us focused on these like meaningless things to keep us in a loop of believing that we're not good enough and we need to buy a product to make us better.
Just saying, no one needs to help you feel like you're not good enough. You're doing the job yourself. This monologue is not convincing me otherwise. You know how much better people would feel if they actually took care of themselves, challenged themselves, overcame difficult exercise sessions, and had discipline and self-development. You'd feel so much more satisfied. You would love yourself. You would feel so proud of yourself for accomplishing. How good do you feel? This is why you feel great. Oh, it's endorphins, blah, blah. Yeah, but it's deeper than that. It's more than that. You feel great after a workout because you accomplished something difficult. You did something that wasn't comfortable. You did something that was hard. And you overcame it and you completed it and you feel this deep satisfaction.
To work out and to lose the double chin to be worthy of whatever. And as a healed, eating disorder recovered adult, I'm challenging myself to not be scared of this double chin. Think about, why would it bother me to have it when it's not hurting anyone, it's not hurting me.
It's not hurting anyone. I mean, if you're deep throating a cock and the chin's like hanging on the balls and like cutting off blood flow, maybe. It's not. I've never heard that in a statement. I mean, this is my second chin's not hurting anyone. I mean, I guess it's hurting you technically. Like it's a byproduct of your lifestyle habits. It's not helping you. This chin's not hurting anyone. How would a chin hurt someone? How would it hurt someone? I mean, I got to hear that again. That was really not to be scared of this double chin. Ooh! Just trying to think of like the other aspect of it. This chin's hurting me.
Just sort of recovered adult, I'm challenging myself to not be scared of this double chin. Think about why would it bother me to have it when it's not hurting anyone, it's not hurting me. It's not a doomsday sign. It's literally just a part of me. My body is doing this right now, and it's completely okay. Nothing to do with my worth as a person.
Yo, cope harder than this girl. It's not had nothing to do with my worth as a person. Has anyone said that? Look, again, this is why that's why it's all mental disorders. It's mental. It's all internal. It's all inside your head. Now, this, like, I don't think anyone has ever said, oh my God, that double chin makes you a shitty person. That's how you feel because you don't like it. But it's really just a byproduct of your habits in many cases. If you didn't have that and now you have it, probably because you're a curvy model and your job is to be fat. So you have no incentive to take care of your health. Quite the opposite. So like there's a weird thing. Well, fat isn't morally good or bad. No one talks like that. It's just objectively unhealthy. It's a byproduct of poor lifestyle habits. That's all we're saying. You can do it. You have the right to be fat. Most people are. It's just not a good idea. It's not a good look in more ways than one. But if you want to be fat, I'm not here stopping you, but I'm more than welcome to have an opinion on it. You can have an opinion. Oh my God, he's fat phobic. You can say stupid shit like that. You already do. People can say stupid stuff like that. It doesn't make it true. Objectively, being obese and overweight and not lifting and exercising and eating right, yeah, it's not good for you. So what are we really talking about here? Your feelings? No one cares.
It's not hurting anyone.
No one cares.
And it's really just silly that just society decided that that was bad, but this is good, you know?
Yeah, it's society. It's not your pancreas. Yeah, okay.
Anyone else has had a similar situation or a reaction, will you let me know? Because
yeah, of course.
Kind of surprised me how
Tell
much
me your course.
Upset me after all of my internal work I've been doing. But I'm so open to having this conversation, and I think that we can all benefit by talking about it together.
All right.
Love you so much.
So let's get into that double chin group, and let's all commiserate about our extra fat underneath our jowl. Or go to the fucking gym. So here's the thing, right? The only reason we're talking about this is because it's silliness. So if you have an individual that's taking care of themselves, challenging themselves, lifting weights, doing the best that they can, no one's looking at like, I don't care. I'm not like, oh my God, that person has a little extra skin there. No one fucking cares. People have stretch marks, these kinds of things, but it exudes out of your personality, this victimhood. It's just coming out of your skin. This mindset is just repulsive. I'm not saying you have to have a 10-pack and look like a fucking shredded Olympia competitor, but my God, you know, pretending like this thing is a fucking, I don't know, a Medal of Honor is insanity. It's insanity. It's insanity. All right. Welcome, Julian. Hey, damn glad I could catch part of the Mancast. Fuck, we're damn glad that you're here. Anabolic August. Anabolic August indeed. Hashtag Anabolic August. All righty then, fam. We got one more. And this is called This is Transphobic. Bring it on. Bring it on. Sounds like it's just up our alley. And then we have a throwback. So hashtag Anabolic August. We'll give away that swole card at the end of today's episode. And yeah, we're getting into some, let's get some fresh juice, some tranny juice. What we got here? Leah Thomas action. All right, let's see what we got here. What's in the box? Well, we know what should be in the box. I'm just kidding.
What's in the box?
It's a cock and balls. All right, let's check it out.
Every day, it seems like Leah Thomas's fellow athletes get more and more transphobic.
Not transphobic. So if you are a woman and you have a man that's in your locker room hanging dong, it's not transphobia. It's, I don't want to be in a changing room with a man. It's not a biological man. It's a man. It's a man masquerading as a woman. That's all it is. So you have UPenn facilitating this gender dysphoria. And in terms of sports competitions, it's sinister and evil. It's gross. It's grotesque. It's a bastardization of sports. You want fair competition. The only thing that's important about sports is that's fair. If you have men that want to be women or want to act like women or dress or try to look as much as they can like a woman, fine. Then have a separate division of men like Leah Thomas and have them swim against each other, aka men's swimming. But no one would watch it, and everyone knows that no one would watch it. So they don't do it. So anyway, women don't want to see a man's dick in the locker room. You're supposed to feel safe when you're changing. And if a man's in there hanging dong, it's not transphobia. It's, oh, there's a man with a dick. Look, I have long hair. Doesn't make me a woman. Okay.
They're saying they're uncomfortable sharing a changing room with her. You know, it's one thing to say that it has something to do with her speed. Like, that's transphobic too. But I can kind of understand it coming from a place of ignorance and not transphobia.
It's a man. Austin Powers, it's a man, baby. They don't want to see a dick in the locker room. Just like in prisons. These trans women are impregnating female prisoners, right? The men that are claiming to be women so they can get sent to a female's prison so they can have a rape fest. Last time I checked, you can't scissor and get someone pregnant. Yeah. So, again, use common sense. It's very rare these days, but use it. Don't be afraid to say the truth. That's a man. Why? The ding-a-ling. The cock and balls. The hardware. The hardware, you don't have one unless you're a man. You don't have one. That's not transphobic. That's literally biology 101.
Boys have a penis. Girls have a vagina.
It's not hateful. It's not hateful. Anyone that thinks it's hateful is just because the frustration in my voice about having to explain what a fucking 5-year-old should know, unless they're being groomed. It's pretty basic. It's not hateful to say the truth. You don't have to like it, but that's a strange cope. Gravity. It's like, yeah, well, the balls aren't floating. They're hanging down. Gravity. My gravity. Oh, but my gravity. I don't hear anyone complaining about gravity being capitalist or white supremacist. All right, let's keep playing this, I suppose.
However, this is just blatant transphobia.
It's not.
Nothing to do with her swimming, nothing to do with her abilities. They just don't want to be around trans people.
It's all of it. It's all of it. But when you actually address those issues, it's like, well, come on, that's transphobic. She's a man. It's a man. It's not she. It's a man. Her abilities. Well, no one's paying attention to that. So let's talk about how the fact that I have to look at his cock in the locker room. These women are begging for someone to fucking stand up and actually assist. And let me just say, let's let it finish and then I'll...
You know, UPenn, if you really want to show your support for Leah, kick these transphobic girls off the team. They're the problem, not...
Okay, this woman's jealous that she looks like Leah Thomas. I thought this was Leah Thomas. This woman needs the dick draft in the biggest fucking way possible, pun intended. So I'm actually really shocked. Why is this still going on? Just saying, why is this still going on? Why are these UPenn athletes, why haven't they just completely boycotted the sport and just fucking not shown up? Why are they still showing up? I'm sure they have a scholarship, right? Or some of these women, because D1, they have scholarships, so they have to show up in order to keep their scholarship. Fucking don't show up. Take a stand. Why are they still doing this? I'm just saying, why? That's ridiculous. Because we've been hearing about this. How long have we been hearing about this? A year? 8 months? The first day, any woman that's competing on any other school, when they have like when they shoot the gun or whatever it is to go off, just like, get ready to dive and then boom, and then step down. Don't race. Refuse to compete. Stand up for it. You're not going to win. Take a fucking stand. This is the problem. And it's not a problem with women, but it's that women are so accepting, right? Women are pushovers in most cases. They're not aggressive like men for a reason. Women and men are a great balance, the yin and yang. They're a great balance and a complement to one another. But women are so much more agreeable than men. And that's why these things get to this fucking point. Well, I don't want to be mean. Well, I don't want to be transphobic, or I want people to like me. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't compete. Why are there still meets? Why are there still things going on? Come on, man. Seriously. So it seems like we watch this and it's like ridiculous. But if they want this, they're allowing this to happen, right? The women are allowing this to happen. Most women are agreeable. Cerny's like, I beg to differ. Right? I beg to differ. Okay, I'm not saying across. In general, we can agree. Cerny is certainly not the average. You're not in the middle of that bell curve, Cern. So it just really doesn't make sense how we're still having this conversation. We're frustrated because I just am not like, why is this even in the fucking news? This is ridiculous. But this shouldn't even be happening. Why are people, again, ready, go, stand up? Yeah, but still. Logan says there's a lawsuit about this or going on about this, and women swimmers are taking a stand and brought this to court. How many? Are they still competing? Are they still going on with this? I'm just saying it should have happened a long time ago. People should have refused. So I honestly don't know where it is now. This is just this video. But I think we can all agree that this has been going on for a while, like way too long. Way too long. It has nothing to do with transphobia or hate. Why is it hate if it makes no sense and it's completely antithetical to what sports is? It's not competition if it's not fair. Because if you could change the rules every 2 seconds, then it's not a competition. What are we competing on? The reason why sports are amazing is that it's fair competition based on a set of rules. Everyone knows the rules. Everyone knows the game. Here's what the rules are. If you want to win, you have to do A, B, C, or D. And then people that are not necessarily always evenly matched. You can have a team. You could have a sports team, right? You have like Little League Baseball where sometimes you have a 12-year-old who looks like he's 45. Sometimes it's a lie and it's someone who like faked a birth certificate. But sometimes kids just hit puberty early and they're freaks of nature, right? So not every team is evenly matched, but it's the same age range where people have overall the general ability to compete at a fair and it's only fair if you have a set rules. It's the same thing as, I don't know, having the USA Olympic team. You have like LeBron James and let's say the USA Dream Team, like back in the day, you have like Kobe and fucking LeBron and Shaq and all these playing against a 8th grade basketball team. They would just fucking murder. They wouldn't even score a point. It would be ridiculous. It wouldn't even happen because it's a waste of time. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same reason why you don't have females competing in the NBA, right? Where are the female competitors? You have the WNBA. Why aren't they competing in the NBA? Because they would get shellacked. They would get rejected. It would be fucking Brick City all day. They would just be dominating. All right. That's why the 14-year-olds or 15-year-old soccer team beat the U.S. women's national team. Remember you saw the guys, was it Wrexham? Or you had like these like retired soccer players that beat this like elite women's team, like 12-0. It's not close when it comes to physical competition. There might be some sports or some activities where it might be more closely, able to have some sort of comparison, but it's just we're just not designed that way. Men in general are stronger, faster, taller. It's just physical competition. It's not fair. Doesn't mean that some females couldn't defeat some males, but of course, the average overall, anyone that says that we're not different is just lying. We know that. So it has to be fair. The competition, it's not competition if it's not fair. Oh, let's see. Hadessa 26, 9 months ago, I had a guy who claimed trans show his dick to myself and 4 other women at a locker room at our gym. The gym did nothing. We left and went to a different gym. No trans allowed at that one. Gross. Talk about a lawsuit. Or is it? That's fucked up. But this is what happens. Women are going to stop going to those gyms. That gym is going to go out of business, hopefully. Right? Hopefully they go out of business. Or they're going to have a lot of sexual lawsuits when you start to get like sexual assault and things like that happening. Brenda, I have to call bullshit on Papa. Women are not agreeable. Oh, they are. They are. They are more than men on average. Absolutely. We are called bitchy and bossy all our lives if we speak up. We are ostracized. That's why we are still having this convo. Overall, women are much more agreeable than men, which is okay. It's just we're different. We are different. It doesn't mean that some women don't have more masculine traits. Let's see. Frank, I had a friend who got banned from football his senior year because he was so big and he turned 18 early. Damn. Well, this is why you have weight classes. This is why you have weight classes, even with men's sports, right? UFC, you have weight classes. You don't want someone who's 250 pounds fighting someone who's 125. Of course, someone who's a professional wrestler at 125, if one person is skilled in jiu-jitsu or wrestling and the other person's not, you could be a fraction of the weight and just dominate the other person. But if you have 2 people that are skilled and one person is literally twice the size, it's not a fair fight. Like, someone's going to get fucking hurt. That's why you have weight classes in boxing. You have heavyweight, you have all the different weight classes. Because if you have someone you're 2 professional boxers, one person's 230, 6'5" with like a 50 fucking inch reach, and you have someone who's 126 pounds, 5'4", that's not a fair fight, right? Fairness. That's why you have, even in men's sports, you have weight classes, even with weightlifting competitions. If it's a matter of absolute strength, not relative strength, then you would just have someone who lifts 800 pounds and you'd never be able to compete. But that's why you have weight class, because relative strength for people that are 150 pounds, who can lift or let's say between this weight class and this weight class, who can lift the most? Because it's relative strength relative to your body mass. And again, those generalities are exactly that. They're generalities. So because on average women are more agreeable than men doesn't mean that all women are agreeable. Doesn't mean that all men are super masculine. You have feminine men, you have masculine women. But they're still men and they're still women. So that's my point. That's my point. So you have to look at the averages. And of course, you can't just take exceptions. Exceptions don't make the rule. And of course, there's individuality. I'm not saying that. But across the board, there's a reason why. And let's look at this again. Why is it always like this Leah Thomas in women's swimming? Where are the women that are competing against the men? Why don't you have UPenn swimmers competing on the men's teams? Because they would get absolutely destroyed. That's why it doesn't happen. You never see women in men. Where are the female baseball players? I think there was recently, right? A female in college. It was like the first home run that a female hit or something in D1 or college. Okay, cool. 1. Hey, a woman hit like the first one. Okay. That's also saying something too. All right. Where are the female professional baseball players? Like male in Major League Baseball. Where are they? Where are they? Just saying. Where are the females playing in the NBA? Where are the females playing professional hockey? My God, talk about getting fucking destroyed. You might have a female goalkeeper or somewhere. Like, I don't know what, like, if there's ever been someone that made it to, like, whatever. It'd be a rare thing. Right? Where are the women that are playing men's golf? Right? Where are the female golfers playing in the men's tournaments? Because if you're a dude and you're hitting 300 or 400 foot fucking ropes off the driver, and you have someone coming hitting like 220 or whatever it is, I don't really know what the distances are, but I know that men are going to be able to hit the ball a fuck ton farther. You're just going to get closer to the pin. You're just going to do better. You're just going to do better. Like, where is it? Where are the women competing in men's UFC? My God, you want to see a fucking murder? You have to call the cops. Right? You'd have to literally carry out on a gurney. You should be killed. But that's why competition has to be fair. All right? Women should compete that want to compete, but against competition that's going to be evenly matched, so it can be a competition. Otherwise, it's just damage. There's really no conversation about that. And the sports are what really exposes it. This has nothing to do necessarily with like math or engineering. You know, men are predisposed to certain careers. Women are predisposed to other careers. It doesn't mean that you can't have women that are amazing at math, that are brilliant, of course. But you have certain careers in certain areas of competency that you're just going to have more men that get into it because they're more of an affinity to it. We're wired that way. So you're going to have a higher percentage in certain things. You're going to have more female nurses. You're going to have more male engineers. I don't think anyone's gatekeeping engineering, but what women want to do that? Very few. But if you can hack it, you can hack it. And here's the thing. If there was a female, right? If there was a female that was good enough to play professional Major League Baseball and she was that amazing, right? Like Shohei Ohtani. If you think, if there was a female that was that good, would anyone keep her out? No, they'd be clamoring to sign her because she'd be like a big attraction. And if you were good enough, you're going to get signed. If you had like a 7'2" female that was just nasty at basketball to the point where she could be in the NBA, she would be in the NBA. She would be in the NBA. People wouldn't be like, oh, you're a woman, you can't compete. No, they would be tripping over each other to sign this person because it would be such a ticket draw. Plus, they'd be good enough. But it's not the case. Okay. I think we're done talking about common sense and logic.
Boys have a penis, girls have vagina.
None of this was hateful. It's just literally basics. It's just basics. It's just fundamental. But I guess it's starting to come to a head, you know? Some of you said there were lawsuits. I don't know. It just seems like anyone who's swimming against this person, just stop. Just don't. Boycott. Boycotts work. Boycotts work. We know that. They work. They work. They work. They work. All right, let's get with a swole card and then we'll do a throwback anabolic August. Let's fucking go. Ooh, winner chicken dinner. What a name. Jesus Christ, that got out of hand fast.
Emotional damage.
Dismal Cyanide. What a fucking screen name. Holy Christ. I like it though. Dismal Cyanide. Anabolic August. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2650 in the subject, your mailing address and the body of the email. Good Lord. What a name. Dismal Cyanide. Indeed. Like optimistic cyanide? Is there another kind of cyanide than dismal? Yeah, you rock on. Thank you, Dismal. Appreciate it. We got a comment here from Bex, and Bex in the chat is a female and says, I do HVAC and only 6% of us are female. It's just hard ass work and most women don't want to do it. Yeah, I remember I taught at a school. We're teaching personal training and there was an HVAC division and there was an automotive. They taught automotive and automotive tech and also it was like a trade school. And I taught personal training certifications and NASM and CES and corrective exercise and performance. And There were some females, but they were more masculine females and probably some lesbian, but like very few. There was no restriction on it. And there were a couple in HVAC, but very few. Why? Because you're lifting heavy fucking shit. You're sweating in attics. Like HVAC is not an easy job. You can get good money, but like it's hard fucking physical labor. It's physical shit. I mean, HVAC, anyone that does that, you know, you're outside. When do people get, I know there's heating too, but right? People get their heaters fixed because it's cold as fuck and their heat broke. So you're outside in freezing fucking temperatures, or you're up in the attic and it's like 0 degrees, fucking freezing, or it's hot as balls and you're up in a hot attic. Like you're in the extremes. That's when you're busy, right? When you're doing heating, it's when it's fucking cold and pipes are freezing and bursting. I guess that's plumbing, but you know what I'm saying, right? Shit breaks and people need their heaters fixed, or it's in the fucking summer and it's sweltering hot and condensers are going out and compressors are going out and you're in the hot sun, or you're in an attic with no AC. What women want to do that? Very few. Very few. Doesn't mean they don't or they can't. It's just no one's, women can't do this. Don't want to do it. They just don't want to do it. And there's nothing wrong with that because there are plenty of men who will do it. And we need men to do those jobs. You need men. How many female plumbers are there? I guarantee there are some. I guarantee it's probably less of a percentage than 6%, I would say. Right? Female plumbers, it's probably less than 6%. If that, it's okay. It's going to be fucking single digits. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. It's hard labor and you're dealing with literal shit. Oh, my toilet got clogged because I took a huge deuce and I put baby wipes down the toilet. It said they were flushable. Yeah, just don't fucking flush them. Don't flush them. Just don't flush them. Don't flush them. They're flushable. Bullshit. It's like a cloth. You're flushing. You're putting towels down the toilet. You're putting fucking towels down it. Don't flush these fucking things. Anyway. And so there's like shit and stuff and they have to come and like, it's gross. It's gross. What women are doing that? What women are going into septic tanks? But when you call the company to set an appointment, a lot of women will work the front desk or customer service. Why? Because women are naturally more agreeable. They're more, I don't want to say necessarily more conversational, but they're more compassionate than a lot of men. Why do most women in those cases do the customer service? Because they're kinder. They're better with like interpersonal, like they're just better at dealing with customers that are irate. They're more welcoming than most men. Most men are going to be like, oh, fuck off, shut up. Most women are going to be nicer. I'm just saying, think about customer service, right? You have a lot of HVAC companies and the women are going to be handling the phones and setting the appointments and doing all like, and guess what? That's essential. That's essential to have like all that organized and to be routing the calls and to all, you know, the different, if you have a lot of trucks out there and organizing those things and handling the incoming customers and X, Y, and Z. It's essential. It's not like, oh my God, women can't do this. What are you talking about, women? You need both. You need both. If you're out on a job and no one's taking the calls and taking the phones, you're not getting new customers. You don't have a business. So yeah, there's a reason why you have certain sexes go to certain positions. It's not that it's blocked off to anyone. It's just who's more predisposed to those types of jobs. Like if I was hiring for customer service, I would be more biased towards, I would absolutely want a female more than a male in more cases than not. And it's not that, oh, you know, I don't want to, it's just, they're going to be better at it in general. Right? Like the classic stereotypes, a lot of stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. You have like men who are like brute force, this, more disheveled or messy. Women are more, in general, more tidy and organized. And, you know, you're going to have, you generally want a female doing those things. And again, it's nothing to, and this is not, again, this is like the generality. It's not like across the board, period, end of story. You can't have a man doing customer service. There are front desks and things like that where you have men, but less frequently. Rihanna says, our septic guy said he visits the same people many times a year. Why? Flushable wipes. Yeah, they do not flush. If they say they're flushable, it's a lie. It's a lie. Julian, a YouTuber asked men and women if they would rather clean sewers for, is it 100,000? Sewers for 100,000 a year or a prestigious job for 30,000. Guess which sex picked which job. Yeah, probably. I believe it. Alessandro, as a customer service rep, I agree. We even have more male collection agents than females since men go straight to getting those hard-earned bucks. And men are less agreeable and are going to be more confrontational. It matters, right? Testosterone matters in that case. Men are more aggressive. Not that you want collection or aggressive. I guess the same thing like tow truck drivers, right? No one really likes tow truck or people that, you know, if you're on the side of the road, you like a tow truck driver, but usually they're men. Same probably percentage. But of course, you know, you illegally park or something like that. And, you know, guys go out there and people are coming out like, you know, $150, you know, take down my car, get the fuck out of here. And men are like, nah, go fuck off. And they just drive away with your car. No, $150 to take it off the lift. Oh, come on, man, just out here. Nah, fuck you. It's always dudes, right? You don't see a lot of women doing those jobs because in general, females would be like, you don't want a confrontation, right? Usually someone's going to be bigger and stronger than you. And people get fucking angry in those situations or defensive or aggressive. It's like there's certain people that fit certain jobs. Right? Even back in the day, like Vikings, you still had female warriors, but not for percentage. You know, front of the line, people charging fucking berserkers, just like losing their fucking mind on mushrooms and psychedelics and probably 6'5" bearded lunatics. Probably. And that's just for function. If you want to win, yeah, that's probably the way it's going to be. Okay. But anyway. Yeah. But we need both. And again, people hear these arguments or these discussions and like, oh, it's not like we don't need women. They're essential. Like you need both. That's the beauty of both. It doesn't mean that it's just because we have certain roles that we are predisposed to and that we are better at, which is why those roles exist. It's because we're better at certain things. Good. Fuck, I'm glad Mama Swolio is amazing in the areas that I lack. It works out perfectly. I'm great in certain ways and she's great in other ways. And we cross over in certain things. That works out pretty awesome. You just got to own it and stop trying to be in denial of it as if it's some sort of attack. When this is what happens when people don't have purpose and they don't understand what's really important in life, and they pick on these silly little things to kick and scream about. All right. Swole card. We gave it away. Excellent. Congratulations. Let's, we got throwback. Actually, we got to nut the beesh and then we're going to do a throwback. So let's nut this beesh. Did we do that already? We didn't do it? Or did we do it? Did we do it already? Did we do that already? I don't know. It's been a while. We were ranting. I don't know if we did that. No, I didn't do piano cock. Impossible. We got a throwback coming up in just a few moments.
You make me happy.
Indeed, women do make great spies. You know why?
Because stickers?
They know how to work the merchandise. You can suck a lot of information out of people. You ladies. So sneaky. Sneaky, sir. Absolutely right.
Crucifixion is good. Out of the door, line on the left, one cross each.
Papa's a misogynist. He hates women. No, I don't. I do know that I'm not one. Not one. Quite the opposite. Stating facts means nothing.
I don't believe you people.
Huh. What do you mean?
No medication except my fucking antidepressants.
not crying. There's no crying in baseball.
I'm totally comfortable in my body. I just don't want to be in pain.
As you can see, my nipples have been removed from my body. Where they are, I don't know.
Come on now. Oh, we got it. Feel it? You feel that? You feel that? Loud noises. I got you.
Loud noises!
I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you.
Church. Oh, look at the church.
Oh.
Here we go. Quick release. Got it. I keep almost hitting the table. So thick. Tainty boy. Coast to coast. Nailed it. Very nice. Excellent. Thank you.
I gave it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
All right, fam, let's get into, remember, swolenormousx.com, join the fam today, hit the thumbs up button, YouTube, Spotify, leave us a 5-star review. Let's get into a throwback. Here we go. Aren't you glad you stayed to the end? Of course you are.
One of the most common comments I get when it comes to flying while plus size is, why don't you consider the people that are sitting next to you? Every plus size person I've ever spoken to agrees that we spend the entire time trying to make ourselves smaller so the person next to us is more comfortable.
I'm sure that's true.
You spend the entire time trying to make yourself smaller. Let me tell you, fam, when you're on the plane is not the place to make yourself smaller. You know how you do that? By lifting weights, by eating properly on a daily basis, right? By getting better sleep, by taking care of your health, being on the plane and be like, I have to get smaller on the plane. That's not the time where you should be trying to take care of your health there, champ.
Even if that means causing ourselves some pain and discomfort.
Oh, you're so sacrificing. Oh, you're such a good person. Even if it means sacrificing your own discomfort. Like, what about the discomfort you feel every fucking second of every fucking day? Yep, based. Yeah, once you're on the plane, not the place. It's too late. It's too late, right? It's too late. By the time you're on the plane, is not the time. All right, thanks for being here. Hit the thumbs up button on the way out. And of course, leave us a review. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, join the fam, swolenormousx.com. Check out the specials over at papaswolio.com. Links down below. Thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'll see you tomorrow for 2651. Peace, McGee's, Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like...
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Off topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my